Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome back to Arena 42 here in Adelaide, South Australia for day 2 of the Tri-Nations tournament. It's Australia, New Zealand and South Africa vying for Tri-Nations glory, and we start this morning with the under-22 men, the match between South Africa and Australia. I'm Cameron Walter. It's great to be with you, and I'm joined this morning by the legend himself, Vinesh Bennett. Vinesh, good morning to you.
Good morning, Cam.
It's great to have you with us. And folks, before we get to the game, I'll take you through the two team lineups, starting with the Australian side. Their captain is Jacob Verstegen. With him, Keegan Lynch, Ethan Benson, Cruz Harbour-Connell, Kobe Fitzgerald, Brad Millen, Angus Bloxham and Luke Meek. The South Africa side, captained by Sean Brand. With him, Dale Carg, Reece Carg, Ruben Alexander, Connor Wilson, Rico Blom, Seth Collins and Michael Milliken. The umpire for the match is Daniel Jourdain. And as I said, it's day 2. All of the sides here at the Tri-Nations have had 2 matches, with Australia 2 from 2.
Yep.
New Zealand 1 from 2, and South Africa yet to chalk up a win. So very important day for South Africa here, Vinesh.
Yeah, today's is really going to tell where they go in this this tournament. Probably the main thing I'm going to be, we're all going to be looking at is with this bowling attack that they've obviously sent Australia in, and they want to have a bit of a look at what they can do when it comes to chasing. But when it comes to their bowling, highly skilled. They've got some pace and they've also got some spin as well. So let's just see how this goes today.
Now, it's day 2 of 3 ahead of a final on Saturday, so the top 2 sides will go through to a Tri-Nations final on Saturday, and skins become important as well as results, so South Africa will have to target. And in their 2 games, they've posted 80-ish each time, 81-79. So I'll be looking to keep Australia to something around that region, less than 100, you'd think.
Yeah, look, I think they're fully capable of chasing that sort of number. The main thing for us here, for Australia, is to make sure that we stack them and rack them and put them up on the wire and take their fielding team out of the game. They've got a highly skilled bowling attack here, and we're about to get a look at it.
So Cruz Harbour-Connell and Ethan Benson at the crease for Australia. Bowler Ruben Alexander gets us underway with a leg side.
Interesting. Starting with spin here. They're obviously having a bit of a look at what they can unravel here for Australia.
It's a dot ball. Straight to the front court field there. South Africa opting for 2 fielders on the legs of the right-hander there in the front court. Harbour-Connell trying to give himself some room. Can't get it away in an interesting scenario straight away. It'll be third ball. The score must change.
And straight away the pace-off is proving to be quite difficult here. Good length.
This time outside off full. Harbour-Connell gets a single.
Yeah, Cruz just waited for the ball there. Played it really late under his eyes. Got his single, got up the other end.
Another leg side. Yesterday, the South Africa under-22 side bowled lots of extras in both of their 2 matches. It's something you would think the coaching setup will want to address today. Oh, beaten.
It's really well bowled.
Yeah, Benson playing across the line. It'll be a dot ball to finish. Well, it was a fairly even start to this contest. If you've just tuned in, it's Australia and South Africa in the under-22 men's here at the Tri-Nations. We're live from Arena 42 here in Adelaide. I'm Cameron Walter. With me is Vinesh Bennett. A new role for you in the Australian setup, Vinesh. Assistant coach across both sides. How are you finding that?
Yeah, really enjoying it, absorbing everything at the moment, seeing a lot, learning a lot, but also offering some advice along the way. Look, these guys at this level are highly skilled. first time I've really had a look at a lot of the guys from the Australian team, especially the two that are out there now, Ethan and Cruz. They're highly skilled players. Western Australia, you guys have got some talent coming out there. So interesting to see how they go here batting in this opening pair.
Seth Collins, the bowler, starts with a dot, and courtesy of the dot off the last ball of the previous over, once again, it will be third ball. And when that happens, it's 2 dot balls in a row. The next ball's third ball. And the batting side has to advance the score or they're out. Again, Harbour-Connell sees it off with a single.
Yeah, there was a lot of learning out of yesterday and what we experienced against the South Africans. They all came at us with pace on, and today they've come up with a different plan with some pace off and now pace on. So
it's an aggressive call, the right one in the end.
Yeah, it was also interesting talking with one of the South Africans about how they yesterday they did struggle with their extras purely because a lot of them haven't seen a Burley ball in a long time in South Africa, so they've been using bits and pieces over there.
Harbour-Connell's weight going to the onside, trying to play on the off.
And they're constantly learning too, so they'll be a different team the next couple of days, and it'll be very interesting to see what their game plan will be when they do come out to actually bat.
Driven to the fielder, it'll be another dot. And once again, this pair find themselves on third ball. Another opportunity here for South Africa, who've definitely shown up for the contest this morning.
Yeah, these two really are in the grind here. They just need to get their 20, get off the court and get ready.
Full on the legs, Harbour-Connell. Again, a single. Another good over there for South Africa. Just 3 runs from it alongside the 3 dot balls. Fascinating contest.
Yeah, they're a high energy team, the South Africans. They really play with a purpose almost every ball, and they don't let any opportunity to have a chat to the opposition go. So expect a few words to be said out there, which is quite common. But at the same time, our boys will just absorb it and move on. They're not too fussed about that sort of conversation.
Connor Wilson will bowl the third over. Australia on 8. Scoring hasn't come easy thus far, but importantly for the Australian side, they are yet to lose a wicket. Some caution there. Probably the right decision in the end not to run.
It's a really good shot there from Cruz. He's got so much time, this young bloke. And this is a very young Australian team. There's only 3 guys that are going to age out at the end of this tournament. And probably the thing for me is the players that are coming through that are going to be looking at that next level for open men's as well. It's a great shot. Shot, Benno.
It's almost whipped that.
Yeah.
Very risky shot to grab.
And again, Ethan, plenty of time. It was up around the shoulders. Plenty of time he could pick where he wanted to hit that. He's a quality player, Ethan.
Again, Harbour-Connell gives himself some room. Plays on the offside for a single. 2 balls remain in the third.
The South Africans bringing the energy out in the field here. They're just searching for that first wicket.
And there it is. It's out. And aren't they pumped? They know that this is a real contest, this opening partnership, and a crucial wicket here in the third over. Let's take a look at this on the replay.
It just got big on Ethan then. It just got big on him right the last second.
One ball to come for Wilson. And another excellent over there for South Africa. No runs from it. And Australia find themselves on 8 with an over to come in the opening pair. This will be a crucial over for both sides. It's going to be the difference between single digits and possibly high teens or 20 runs.
Yeah,
here.
yeah. Look, right now they need to be batting for the next pair. Make sure they set it up, take the momentum into the next pair. The next pair coming in, very experienced, so they'll be able to work with what they have. But they just need to bat for them and make sure when they come in, Australia have the momentum again. I'm pretty sure looks like it's going to be Jacob and Brad Malin coming in second. So 2 senior players in this team.
Here's Milliken for South Africa, a dot ball, and again it will be third ball. This is the 4th time they've faced that situation, this partnership. They will have to score here or they'll lose a wicket. Short and wide, and Harbour Connell finds the net for 2.
Yeah, I just couldn't imagine how hard it is to go for so long without playing with a burley ball and having the burley ball in the hand and then come to a tournament like this and have to adapt in 2 days.
Yeah.
So it speaks quite highly of the South Africans. And they're doing a very good job here. They're dotting them up.
Driven. Oh! Needed to hit. Benson was well short.
Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah. It was an aggressive call. Had a good look at the stumps, just couldn't hit them.
Shot.
Finding the gap. South Africa with 2 fielders there for that shot. But Harbour Connell still good enough to find the net. 1 ball remains.
And the thing with that shot is that you, as the non-striker, you have to wait that split second, or even as the striker, you've got to wait that split second to make sure it beats the second person.
Yeah. A dot ball to finish. An enthralling contest here at Arena 42 this morning. Australia up against South Africa in the under-22 men's. If you've just tuned in, I'm Cameron Walter. With me is Vinesh Bennett, and a special good morning to those of you who are watching over in South Africa. It's 20 to 3 in the morning over there, so if you're up and watching us live, well played. Thank you for watching.
Or maybe just coming home.
Potentially. So the second pair, you said it earlier, Vanessa, it's Jacob Verstegen, the Australia captain. With him is Brad Malin, and work to do. 13 on the board. That's not quite the start that Australia would have been hoping for. These days in 6-ball over indoor cricket, 80 is sort of considered the benchmark.
Yep. But I think the South Africans, let's give them credit there. They bowled exceptionally well. They bowled a lot of dots. They got the 1 wicket in that 3rd over. Applied a lot of pressure to their calling. One thing I did notice also sitting up here and having one eye on the coaching role is how many times they made the Australian batsmen turn their heads for away, so they lost that eye contact between each other. And it's so important at this level to make sure you have your eye contact on your player, on your batting partner all the time, because if you can steal a run here and there, it just relieves that pressure and takes the dot ball equation out of the game. But these two here, they'll be up for this.
Dale Carg is the bowler. Verstegen 2 away off the first ball. And Malin does the same off his.
Yep. These two here won't be fazed by the scoreboard. They won't care. All they're doing is their job for their team.
Oh, it's a no ball. Can you believe it? Bowled off a no ball.
Be interesting to see how South Africa respond to this. That would have been crucial.
Can only assume it was front foot.
It was front foot, yep.
Width.
And look, and that's a 7-run turnaround.
Yeah.
Straight away there, that's 7 runs for Australia. Actually, no, it's not, it's 9. The bowled, the no ball, the 2. So it's really well done there by Australia, just composing themselves here.
Ruben Alexander, having fielded that delivery, got up quite gingerly. Hope he's okay. And
again, something about Brad Millen, he just goes about his work, no fuss. no fanfare.
Captain of his state side.
Yeah, well, the two captains are out there from Queensland and ACT, so...
Yeah. 9 runs off that over, a much better one for the Australia cause. They'll be very happy with that start, but that turnaround you mentioned, getting bowled off a no ball, tell you what, if that had been a wicket, we'd be looking at a very different equation right now.
Yeah, and look, as the Australian team, you're always looking for those moments that swing a game or the momentum shifts, and South Africa had all the momentum up until then, and the no ball, and he's an influential player in their side, Kark, and he's obviously bowled a decent rock, but front foot.
Here's Reece Kark, and again, a comfortable 2 from Malin.
And getting a look at another spinner here, and there's pace on, pace off. Seems to be the way here for South Africa.
Left alone by Verstegen, rightly so, it's a wide.
And this is all Australia really need to do right now. They're not chasing the bunny. They're not chasing anything on the board. They're just putting a big total up on the board, and that's all they need to do right now.
Kept off the net, single to Verstegen.
Really well bowled, but also well played there by Jacob. He just waited and picked him off.
Fuller, straighter, effort ball, and beats Malin.
Really good arm ball there. And look, his action did not change dramatically, so it was hard to pick up. It's just a good Yorker in the end, and Brad Malin's fully aware now.
Weighted well, driven flat. Good piece of fielding from Reece Kark, but the dive from Malin, he's home. Looks like he needed that dive. That was pretty tight in the end. Yeah. Good piece of fielding nonetheless.
Shot.
Back live. And Verstegen sends it into the back court. A confident shot. And big runs off the last 2 balls there for Australia. A 3 and a 4. And another great over for them. 12 runs from it. And this pair have raced to 21.
Yeah. Absolutely smoked that one through the offside. Probably the key thing about that is now the momentum has swung. Right from that no ball, the momentum has swung back in Australia's way here, and all they need to do now is just keep putting them up on the board. Really good disciplined indoor cricket, and this international will be well and truly heading down the road for Australia, but still a lot of work to do between now and then.
Do want to have a look at the last time they played each other yesterday, 127 to 79. So Australia winning quite convincingly with a score in the 120s, but on that occasion they were chasing.
They were chasing, yeah.
So this time batting first, different dynamic. Here's Blom.
And he's slippery.
Australia captain.
He is slippery, deceptively quick. And the reason why he's slippery is because he's got a very nice action.
Full driven to the back for 5. Verstegen needed to get the dive out. A hit. I think he would have been out, but that would have taken a fair amount of fielding. And big runs again for Australia.
Yeah, and the only issue with being that full, that's going to happen.
Yeah. Back live.
And Brad Malin again just doing his job. His captain's just put one on the back net. He's on strike and he's done exactly what was needed for the team. He's put the ball up on the wire, got to the other end. Good loud call. Yeah, I like that. There was a no call there early, overruled after the ball had made the side net, and it was going to be safe. So really good disciplined cricket here from these two. It's well bowled.
Is getting through at pace.
Yeah, he's slippery.
Final ball of the 7th.
shot.
Good adjustment from Malin. Finishes the over with 2. And 10 runs from the over. And 31. Still with an over to come, Vinesh. This is an absolute masterclass at the moment from the Australia bats.
And to be fair, they haven't done anything really special. They've been handed a couple of wides. I mean, when it comes to Jacob, he's got a bad ball. He's put it away.
Yeah.
You know, he hasn't done anything really outside of the scope of what he usually does. Really impressive, Jacob. Really impressive gentleman. His leadership with this young group and being obviously the most senior player in the side it has been outstanding. Very impressive.
Connor Wilson, he'll bowl his second over, the final over of this partnership. Through for a single.
And again, he's just doing his job. There's nothing really outlandish with Brad Malin. He's compact, knows exactly what the team needs, turns up with that ethos every day. And Jacob's the same. What does my team need right now? Really good behaviours of an Australian indoor cricket team. And there it is again.
Quality batting.
And again, when it comes to these two in this 8th over, they'll be looking to do what the first pair did, bat for the next pair. Make sure they have momentum. Next pair comes in with the momentum still with Australia.
So that wide, not only will they get the runs, but they've opted to have the delivery again. This is their right in the last over of a batting pair. And a single and 2 balls remaining. Australia sitting on 50.
Well played. Well bowled too. That one spat off the deck. And these decks are reasonably new. You get that right length, and that's what we're seeing across the 2 grades as well. Get that right length and speed, it's going to spit and turn. Yeah.
And he's pumped, and rightly so. They've put on 39 this second batting pair and have put Australia in a position of strength.
Oh.
And well, after 13 from the first pair, 39 from the second, Australia in a really good position here in the under-22 men's at the Tri-Nations. Again, we're coming to you live from Arena 42, this fabulously refurbished facility here in Adelaide, South Australia. Australia, New Zealand and South Africa here in the Tri-Nations. This match, of course, the under-22 men. Plenty more international indoor cricket action to come throughout the day. Coming up next will be Australia and South Africa in the men's division. And we'll go right through to 8 p.m. tonight. Hope you can stay with us. And, of course, join us tomorrow and indeed Saturday for the Tri-Nations final. Batting third for Australia, it's Keegan Lynch and Kobe Fitzgerald. The South Africa captain, Sean Brand, gets us back underway. And Lynch had time and width, free his arms and play the down up 2.
And these two now will just feed off what happened in that second pair. Keegan Lynch. Interested to see how this goes here. He is a live wire. Constantly busy, constantly up. He's a man for every occasion, this kid.
Not quite enough width to play with that time for Lynch. He did well to keep it down in the end.
Yeah.
Well bowled from the South Africa captain, Sean Brand. Full and wide this time. There was half a chance to the top, but needed to hit.
While he's small in stature, he's big in ticker. He goes all day. Amazing talent. Another one out of WA.
Attacking the body, Brand.
Nice loud call from the non-strikers and there from Keegan.
Wide to finish what was otherwise a good over there from Brand, but Australia will take 7 runs from it and will be happy with that start, no doubt.
Yeah, look, that first over there from the skipper, probably not totally where he needed to be. He needed to set the tone then and apply some pressure there to the 2, which he did in a couple of deliveries, but the 2 wides really did let him off. And one of the things Australians are doing is they're just taking what's being given to them, and they get a bad ball, they put it on the wire. If they get a really bad ball, they put it to the back. So it's good indoor cricket, very disciplined. It's a well-drilled team by Rob Boyston.
It'll be fascinating to see whether South Africa can find what they had in that first pair.
Yep.
They'll know that they've only scored, well, only quote-unquote 80 in each of their 2 games, is Collins. And will be desperate to try and keep Australia certainly to less than 100, but somewhere around 80. They're going to need to reverse their fortunes soon if they're going to do that. Seth Collins, the bowler. 2 runs to Lynch off the first delivery. And Fitzgerald on strike. Another wide.
His first game, Collins, against Australia was quite impressive with the ball. At the moment, he's gone both sides quite wide.
The old up-down.
Safest shot in the book. If there is a book. Really well run there. Just peel off a single into the corner. But again, the South African, the air's gone out of their engine here. They're waiting for Australia to make a mistake. That's what they're doing.
Well read there by Fitzgerald. Soft hands.
And rolled the fingers down the side. Kobe saw it early. Front foot defence. And again, the calling here from Australia. Straight away, the ball was hit down and up. And Kobe Fitzgerald lost sight of it. Looked straight up at his partner down the other end, which Keegan Lynch then told him no. And there's no chance of a run there. But the 2 of them, when it comes to their communication, you know, they've used their eyes, they've got their eyes on each other, then they've used the loud call, make sure that there was no run. The key thing to that is the discipline involved in that, especially this early in the morning and getting to bed quite late last night, considering it was such a big day.
It's 3rd ball. Here's Milliken. Some aggression there from Lynch.
Yeah, he's not afraid to have a go, Keegan Lynch. If I could say one thing about him, the confidence isn't short in this guy. Shot.
Good decision to stay in their crease. Will be a dot ball. Lynch standing outside of his crease, trying to entice a wild throw, but Brand having none of it. So a little bit more pressure starting to creep in here. South Africa putting a couple of dots together twice in succession here, and it'll be 3rd ball again. Should be out. They get it through.
He is a live wire. He is quick.
I can't believe that was not a run out.
It's gone straight to him as well. He was just quicker. Shot.
There's one thing I admire about South Africa's approach is that they don't just set a field and good luck. They're always tweaking something.
Yep.
There's always a plan, whether it's effective or not. They're always doing something.
Yeah, they're not sitting a status quo. They're just and rolling through the overs, and hopefully something happens there. They're always searching, and that's the beauty of playing other countries, so that you can actually learn from them as well and what they're doing and the way that they go about doing things. It's that's the brilliant thing about sport, I guess, from all the way around the world. Everyone does things a little bit differently, looking to get the same goal, which is to win the game. So while yesterday we saw a South African team that bowled pace on for basically 16 overs, today they've come with a totally different game plan.
Reece Kark will bowl the final over to the pair.
Just waited in the crease and picked him off.
Love's playing a few mind games, Lynch,
yeah,
doesn't he?
He does. And look, as you said before, he's looking for that run. The ball hits the stumps, and it goes in the corner. He's off.
Playing away from his body, beaten. Remember in the game yesterday, he managed to run out.
Yep.
One of the South
always,
Africa just
and
holding the ball near the stumps. Should be out, put down. Oh, chance goes begging for South Africa. That was a soda.
And that's what happens when you're in this sort of situation South Africa's in. All of a sudden one comes to you and it's presented, and it's one that they should take. They miss it. And then all of a sudden the next few deliveries, they're putting a bigger price on it because of the missed opportunity.
This time, what an unbelievable catch for Reece Kark. He's put one down. It was third ball. Lynch chanced his arm again. And a big dive. Check this out on the replay. It's rocketed down off the roof.
That's a great
well-judged catch.
That's a great catch.
Have a look at this angle. In the air, full stretch, diving behind him with a ball speeding down off the roof. Unbelievable. Another chance, needs to hit. Fitzgerald through for two.
It's amazing what you do when it's off your own bowling. Unbelievable catch. Full stretch. I was just about to say, he's put that on the back net.
Yeah. It'll be a dot to finish. So a late fight back there from South Africa. It remains a contest, folks, here at Arena 42. Thanks so much for your company. I'm Cameron Walter alongside Vinesh Bennett. This is the 2024 Tri-Nations, the under-22 men. And again, that catch, unbelievable fielding. And that's one of the brilliant things about indoor cricket. At any stage of the game, something like that can happen. Here it is again. Can't get enough.
Unbelievable. And you know what? That one catch, that one moment now has swung the momentum back. That pair really needed just to get their 20-22, take the momentum into the next pair. But right now, South Africa have got a sniff.
Well, it's the back half of the 10th through to the 12th. They bowled 6-7 dot balls, only allowed a few singles, and took that catch. So fantastic fight back, good pressure from South Africa. Luke Meek and Angus blocks him at the crease now.
It is game on.
Fascinating.
It is game on here. And that 80 total, 80-90 total.
Here's Blom, width, a chance. It finds the net.
Be interesting to see here how these two take this on. They're both naturally aggressive players, left and right hand. Let's try and scramble their radar here is probably the approach. But one of the things these two like to do is drive. There it is. There's a good example of it. And Angus being a taller guy, well, actually they're both quite tall, but being taller of the two has a decent reach. So if there's anything that's in his half, he will look to drive it. And again, Luke Meek, he's a little bit like Brad Millin, just does his job. No fanfare.
That three-line fielder sort of on the back foot, I think, not quite into the front court fast enough. And they were chasing that ball.
Opportunity there. Angus a little bit hesitant with the call with Luke. Dropped in the field and missed it. He's a good cricketer, Luke Meek. New South Wales have got a good one there. Well put together player. Has still got a lot to learn, but he's all the hallmarks of a good indoor cricketer is there.
There's one of many of these players as that overcomes to end that's played right through the age groups.
Yeah.
Like under 14s all the way through.
Yep. I've got a feeling we're going to see him in the open scene pretty soon. He's, as I said, he's a well put together indoor cricketer. He's off the court, always wanting to learn, asking questions. Real student.
So 9 runs off the first over of the final pair. A great start. And move to 78 now, Australia, with 3 overs to come. And we're starting to enter the realm of the benchmark.
Yep.
Every run past 80, a real positive for Australia, and that starts to put the pressure back on South Africa. It's going to be Dale Clark now. 2 fielders on the legs of the left-handed Bloxham in the front court. And that's why you can see Clark immediately targeting that area. Does catch the line though. It's such a small margin of error.
Look, we know exactly where he's going to bowl it, but it really needs to get this next one on the money.
And he comes back over and bowls another wide.
And this is the ball Angus has got to be really looking at. Yep.
That's the spot.
Yep. He missed the first 2. It was only a matter of time before he did get in to where he needed to be. It's as you said, it's a small area for margin there for error. So
again,
he's just off here.
Yeah.
He's just off, but Australia just slipping away here. This one's got to be on the money.
Little straighter. Bloxham pushes a single on the offside.
Angus just gave himself a little bit of room and accommodated himself for a single there, and he's away. Shot. That's a really good shot, Luke Meek. Waited for the ball, played it under his eyes, went with the angle of the ball, down and up off your legs, one of the hardest shots to play in indoor cricket, especially with the pressure that's being applied here by South Africa. So, like I said, he's a well put together indoor cricketer. He's only going to get better.
2 important overs coming up here for both sides. Australia will be looking to press past 100. And again for South Africa, keeping them around about here turns it into, well, a target that they'll feel some confidence in chasing.
Yeah, I think Rob will be looking at around that 100 mark, but for these guys, it's just about doing their job. A little bit like what the third pair did. The scoreboard is irrelevant at the moment. Whatever they get, they're confident in defending. But just finishing off this job.
Here's Ruben Alexander. Meek attacks. Not sure if that was put down or it was a half volley to Collins.
Yeah, I think it might have carried only just. He's just looked like he's jarred his elbow there, Collins.
Yeah. See, shaking it off. Seems okay.
The South Africans, they're tough. They're a resilient group. Very proud country. Be very surprised if he comes off the court. Yeah, well done, Gus. Good discipline then. Exactly what the team needed. And again, it's team first mentality here with these two. They're doing what the team needs. What can I do for my team? Luke Meek, that's a great shot. Back into his crease. Used the crease really, really well. Played it under his eyes. Put it up on the wire.
So no ball. I was saying he didn't indicate that he was changing sides.
Well, but did he? Did he actually change sides?
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
Yeah, and you have to do it every time, and you also have to wait for the umpire to acknowledge it. So that is, easy runs with that no ball. Don't see that too often. The old forgetting to say that you're changing sides.
Oh, he's made it known this time.
Yes. He's coming back around. Edged. Oh, flat-footed there. Kark, he seemed slow to react.
Yeah, look, that ball died into the net, and you're right. It's almost like they weren't expecting it. And right at the moment, they've got to be expecting it every ball. In fact, every ball in the game, you've got to be expecting there's going to be an opportunity, because that's the nature of indoor cricket. So the fact that he was standing flat-footed, whether he would have got there or not, we'll never know.
So 1 over remains now. Australia well placed here on 99. The South Africa captain, Sean Brand, is going to bowl the last over. His country would love him to pick up a wicket. Perhaps even two.
And this will set the tone for the Australians. If they can come out here on their 35, 38, and they'll go in with a lot of confidence with the ball. Yeah, great call, Luke. And again, they're all things that they've been learning this week, how to steal a single in that corner, because once upon a time that would have been a no, they're all saying. So, you know, and knowing if the ball's hit the two nets, the fielder has to get down there, dig it out and direct hit. They know they can steal a single there now. And being aware of it when the strikers are under pressure as well, be able to steal that single, relieve that pressure off the batter.
Should be out, it is. There's the wicket they were searching for. Just something from nothing, really. Yeah. Angus Bloxham looking to score big.
And that's just
gifted
playing
a wicket.
Yeah, that's just playing into South Africa's hands. They're just, all they were doing was waiting. They were waiting for an Australian mistake. They weren't go searching for it. They definitely have been trying to do that, but the air had gone out of their bowling attack and just gifted an Australian wicket. And it's something we constantly talk about. We're Australian indoor cricketers. We've worked very hard to get here. We don't gift our wickets to anybody. And that one there was definitely an example of that. Well done, Luke.
Yeah, called through, but the wide in the last over to the pair will be rebowled as well as the run, so that hurts for South Africa. Australia move back to 101.
I can totally understand if we're chasing a total and you're looking to chase the total, but when you're setting it up, there's no pressure on the scoreboard, so you just go about your business. But we've really emphasised that with this group and the open group, that an Australian wicket is gold. We don't give them away.
Last ball of the innings. Driven to the back. It's 7 runs. Bloxham gives himself a pat on the head. Not sure what that's about, but big runs in the end there. 110 on the board for Australia. It will be a big chase for South Africa. And Vinesh, before I let you go, I'm interested in your thoughts on how South Africa need to approach this run chase.
I think the first pair needs to get themselves in the game and keep South Africa in that game and just build steadily. For our guys, when it comes to the chase, it's going to have to be done, obviously, over 4 pairs, but they're going to all have to make a contribution to get there. 110, it's a lofty goal. The Australian team, they're definitely going to come out and they're going to stick to the bowling plan that we've talked about before getting here. And replicate it ball after ball after ball, accumulate pressure, the dot balls, the ones. That's what we'll be looking to do. High energy, start fast.
Absolutely. Well, appreciate you being with us, Vinesh, and I'm sure I'll chat to you again throughout the Tri-Nations, but good luck to the side and to you and also to the men.
No problem. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the Australian under-22 men have posted 110 batting first here in the Tri-Nations up against South Africa. Thanks so much for your company. I'm Cameron Walter. I'll let you know what's still to come today. Coming up next at 12 p.m. local time, that's Australian Central Standard Time here in Adelaide. It will be the South Africa men up against Australia in the men's division. Then we go back to the 22s at 2 p.m, Australia and New Zealand, followed by the same sides in the men's at 4 p.m. At 6 p.m, South Africa and New Zealand in the 22s, and to close out the day, the men's sides, South Africa and New Zealand. It's day 2 here at the Tri-Nations, and there will be a final on Saturday. So all the sides here aiming to finish top 2 and make it to that final. South Africa here in the under-22s. They lost both games yesterday, so in desperate need of a win here. And if not a win, then at least some skins to give themselves a chance of moving up into that second place position. They've got a little bit of a mountain to climb here though. 110 is a big score, and I'll just let them get out of jail there towards the end. Big job here for Sean Brand and Michael Milliken, who will open the batting for South Africa. Certainly have the batting prowess to chase this down. Ethan Benson is going to bowl the first over, and the run chase starts now. Edge that falls safe. Brand coming out of his crease. Quite fortunate there, that could just as easily have kicked up off the net rather than down. Fended backward of point, no run. Oh, wide there. It was third ball. They had to go. Well, they didn't have to go rather because of the wide, but they did anyway. And get out of jail. Another wide from Benson. Chance at the top, needs to hit the throw. Little high and wide, gave Milliken time to get there. Confusion. Be a dot to complete an over that had a little bit of everything. Still, though, for South Africa, 7 runs from it. Not a bad start. And once again, a very good morning to you wherever you may be, but in particular to our friends over in South Africa. It's pretty early in the morning over there. 3:17 a.m. So these young men on the court playing for South Africa certainly do appreciate you watching them. It's our pleasure to bring you the coverage, thanks to our partners at Calling All Sports. Luke Meek to bowl the second over. And it'll be third ball here, so the score will have to change. South Africa will be out. The no ball off the pitch. Should be out at the top. It is. Brand overcommitting. The dive. It looks as if it was tight, but I think the bat was upside down. I think that's, short of his ground anyway. You can see there, great vision. And cannot afford that, South Africa. Oh, 2 in 2 balls. Milliken called, yes, he called early. Brand did not respond. And max damage here. Let's have a look at the replay. It was an immediate call. Brand instinctively went back. By the time he could do anything about that, the bails were off. Oh, that's incredible fielding from Benson. Excuse me, it's Fitzgerald. Benson was there in the other game. Fitzgerald, I was going to say, uses for a tall fielder, got down to that quite quickly, turned around and hit the sticks. Milliken was safe. Brings the over to an end. 2 wickets, -9 from it. A great over there for Australia. And big trouble for South Africa. They need 2 big overs here. And, if not to get them back on track for this 110, then at the very least to try and win this first skin. They need 14 runs to do so. Thought that one was wide, but it was not. I think that has snuck inside the line. Good call, and it will be 3rd ball. A no ball there again, front foot. Well, it's going to be game on here for this skin. 7 runs off that over. And an important final over for the pair coming up now. This is if Brad Malin will bowl it. Some confusion, no run. there's a wide. And they'll get those runs and have the option of having the ball again, and that's very handy when they're trying to secure this skin. Big shout, but Brand is home. Well, what a shot. God. 4 runs at that stage to get them to 12. Now, there was a wide bowled earlier, and I'm not sure that we've accounted for it. So I think South Africa have missed out on a delivery there. There was a wide off the second delivery, and I'm not sure that it was re-bowled. And they've tied the skin. So that's a miss there, and one of those things that as a batting side you need to be across. You need to keep an eye on what's going on with the number of balls remaining. So they've tied the skin, and that means that the next pair will need to score 40 to win that first skin as well. It's going to take some doing here against this Australian outfit. Ethan Benson to bowl, Ruben Alexander and Connor Wilson at the crease. The throw from Verstegen was high and wide. Alexander away with 2. Wilson does the same. Full and moving away. Bat hit the ground. That was the sound. Shot there from Alexander to find the net. One ball remains now for Benson. Good start so far for South Africa. Left alone, 8 runs off the first over. I suppose the possibility exists that South Africa said no to having that ball re-bowled in the last over of the last pair, but that would shock me given they were chasing the skin. I'm not sure I've ever seen a batting side chasing a skin say no. The Australian captain, Jacob Verstegen, he will bowl the 6th. Great shot. Neither of these two played in the first, well, the first time, they played it the last time these two sides played each other yesterday. And so far, you can see why they're out here chasing 39. Reasonable bats. Wilson finds the net, grabs 2. Ball well kept out. Another decent over there for South Africa. 7 runs from it. They've moved to 15. And well placed if they're going to chase this second and therefore the first skin. Not only will that bank them 2 competition points, but it'll put them right in contention for this run chase. It's going to be third ball now, the back of the 2 dot balls, so they will have to score here, South Africa. Here's Fitzgerald. Well played, Alexander. It's a paddle for a down up 2, square leg. Flat, safe in the end for Wilson. Tentative there, probably a run. What I like about this pair, how they've gone about it so far, is hasn't been a high degree of risk. Running out of time though, if they're going to get 40. Well kept off the net there over Stegen. Keeps it to a single. It's going to have to be a huge over here now for South Africa. And bit by bit, Australia just getting further and further in front of the game. Brad Malin will bowl the last over of this partnership. Starts with a dot. It's a direct hit. Not out. Australia shaping up here to take both of the first 2 points on offer. That, of course, makes it third ball. South Africa need to score. It was wide. They'll get through for the run. Also get the ball again this time. Use of the feet. Manages to find the net. 2 runs. And 3 balls remain in the partnership. Deflection through for a single off the last ball. It's a solid batting pair there for South Africa. No outs. Plenty of strike rotation. We're only on third ball. Well, they were on it twice, but they needed 40 to get those 2 points. Pleasingly, though, they're in the hunt. Still going to take some doing. They're not out of the match, and they've got another skin they can target here. They'll need 18 runs to get there. Folks, hope you are enjoying our coverage as we come to you live from Arena 42 here in Adelaide. I'm Cameron Walter. It's great to be with you this morning. This is Australia and South Africa in the under-22 men's here at the Tri-Nations. Australia undefeated so far. And with Seth Collins and Dale Carr at the crease. Luke Meek will bowl. Movement off the deck and a dot ball. That'll be out. There's no run there. Collins just set off. And Australia pounce. Sure that there was ever a run. It's fended straight to the fielder, and Collins, I mean, look where he is. Barely even had time to turn around. I'm not sure why that's the case. Through for a single. There's a wide from Meek. Last ball of the over now for Meek. And Australia strike again. A great catch there. In close for Stegen to take it down low. There it is. Well done. And in trouble, this third pair. You'd think just on the back of that over alone, 2 wickets in it, that Australia have all but iced the game. It's really a question now of whether or not South Africa can win this third skin, perhaps even the last one. Keegan Lynch will bowl. Good piece of fielding from Luke Meek. You can tell from the reaction of the Australian fielders just how close that was to being a run out. Oh, that's out. Brilliant timing. Harbour Connell follows it into the back, or to the keeper's net, and turn and flick. There it is. Great vision. You can see short of his ground. And another wicket falls. South Africa in deep trouble. Harbour Connell, the bowler, following up from that run out. Oh, well taken. Another catch low. Well judged. Clean. There it is. Nice and low. Just got it. And another wicket falls. It's the fourth one for the pair. Live just A 2 to Collins, backward of square. A wide off the last ball. Damage done though with that wicket. Just 2 runs from the over. And Australia have all but locked up this third skin and another competition point. The Australia captain, Jacob Verstegen, bowling the last over to the pair. He starts with a wide. More sharp fielding, but South Africa safe. 3 balls remain now in this third pair. Lynch not giving them an inch. He had the bails off at a flash at the top end and was looking for an opportunity at the keeper's end as well, even though the match is in the situation that it's in. Driven with the use of the feet, it'll be 3. The last ball for the third pair. Well, no, it won't be. With the no ball. It's the third extra in the over and they'll get the ball again. Collins advances. It'll be a single and a 9-run third partnership there for South Africa. Australia again bank the point, and they've got the game stitched up here. A partnership to come. Reece, Kark and Blom. They can't win the game, but might as well have a crack at this last skin. They'll need 42 runs to do it. Appreciate your company, folks. It's come to you solo from Arena 42 here in Adelaide. It's Cameron Walter. As always, great to be with you. This is the Under-22 Men's Tri-Nations Tournament. It is Australia up against South Africa. And those same two sides coming up next in the men's division from 12 p.m. local time. It's around about 40 minutes time. Hope you can stay with us. Here's Bloxham. Starts with the dots. We've kept the scoreboard ticking over nicely so far this over. Two balls remain. Big appeal, it's off the legs. Australia can't believe it. Not sure there's any bat in that. I'm a pretty long way away. Don't think there was bat there. Back live. Brings you over 2 and end, 7 runs from it. Good start there for this final pair. Cruz Harbour-Connell will bowl his second over. Oh, a little feather and another wicket. Australia taking control of this final partnership. There's a wide. See on the replay there, a great catch from Verstegen. Final ball for Harbour-Connell. It's a chance just out of the reach of Luke Meek. Brings the over 2 and end, 3 runs from it. Just 12 balls remain now in the opening match of day 2 here at the Tri-Nations. Lynch will bowl. Kark on strike. So no ball, +2. Front foot, no ball. Wides. So a couple of extras back to back here for South Africa. And sneaking inside the line, or maybe catching something on the way through, and is a dot. This will be third ball. Big opportunity here again for the Australia side. South Africa get through for a single. Great shot. 2 runs to Kark to finish the over. It's a good over for South Africa. Find themselves on 19 this pair with an over to come. Fitzgerald will close out the game. Oh, gets it to the back for 4. Points his bat at Keegan Lynch too. I'm not sure what utility there is in that. Four balls remain. Advances. Does Blom. Finds the net and grabs 2. Again, gets it to the back court. 4 runs. And the last ball of the match. It'll be Fitzgerald to Kark. And there it is. Comprehensive win there for Australia here in the under-22 men's, running out winners 110-80, picking up each skin while they were at it. They'll be very happy with that performance, the Australian side. South Africa will rue some opportunities there. They let the Australians get away from them in the field and lost key wickets at crucial moments in their run chase. Again, putting something like 80 on the board. Don't forget, coming up next, it is Australia and South Africa in the men's division. That's coming up in a little over half an hour's time. I hope you can join us then. Until then, for Vinesh Bennett, for John and the team at Calling All Sports, and for our host nation, Cricket Australia, I'm Cameron Walter. Thanks for watching.